Do you ever wonder if luxury makeup products are worth the money? If so, then join me today as I get ready and share with you what my favorite luxury products are. I'm telling you, ladies, if you can find products that transform how you look and feel about yourself, it's a beautiful thing, especially if in your 50s, 60s, or 75 like me. Welcome to my channel, New Age Beauty. I'm Linda. As a former model in the 70s, now into my 70s, I cover fitness along with beauty, including skincare, makeup, cosmetics, procedures, and treatments, along with style, wellness, and mindset for those women over 55 who want to age beautifully, mind, body, and spirit. Makeup keeps evolving just like us, so I'm constantly trying new releases to try and find the very best products for mature skin. This is not about chasing trends because those come and go. It's about finding my it products so my beauty ritual will deliver me the best results possible. So the first step always is to prep your skin, starting with a quick cleansing followed by adding moisturizing and protective products on your skin. I'm going to be listing all of these products that I'm putting on in the description box below. And then I follow it with putting on a lid lifting treatment by City Beauty. And I find this lifts the skin just enough that it's worth doing. And I follow that with a shadow base that I've been using forever by P. Louise that creates just this pure canvas for putting on whatever eyeshadow is to come. And for those of you who haven't watched any of my prior videos, you may have noticed that I am wearing lashes. Well, I do my own. They are lash clusters, and I have done a video called Ageless Eyes, where I show the products and how I put them on, along with a lot of other tips for having youthful eyes. And I'm going to link that video at the end of this one. So I believe we should never give up regardless of our age, and makeup is just one way that we can transform ourselves. And starting the day with a ritual actually signals your brain that you're about to show up for yourself and for the world. And when you feel like you look your best, it often changes your body language, your posture, and the way you engage with others, creating a positive feedback loop that can stay with you throughout the day. So I'm going to start with this foundation. It's by Prada. It's called their Prada Reveal. I've just started using this recently, and it's more of a liquid with a creamy texture to it. I don't know the color. I'll have to put that in the description box below. But the packaging is beautiful, obviously. Anything Prada would be. And I'm using the BK Beauty brush, which is their cream foundation brush, liquid foundation brush, number 116. So I'm just going to put some right on the head of the brush, and I'm going to just gently spread it. More dabbing motion with this consistency. And it leaves just a luminous, very nice texture, very skin-like texture. I don't know if you can see, but the finish is just very natural looking. Okay, so now I am using my favorite new concealer, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. In my last video I called it matte, but it's because in my mind it has a bit of a matte finish to it. So now I'm going to take the concealer brush by Angie Hot and Flashy by BK Beauty and just gently spread that. And you'll see this is not a really light, bright color on me. What I like to do is to use as close as I can find to my skin color to cover the dark areas under the eyes. And I avoid putting this out here, which is where when you smile, all the wrinkles show up. So now I'm going to take a lighter version, same one, same brand, that's 1W. By the way, the last one was 2.5C. So now I'm going to take the 1W and put it in different places. I'm bringing it down lower to fill in the dark areas. As opposed to covering discoloration, this is more of a trick to, again, bring forward. As we get older, the areas of our face and under our eyes get more hollow and depressed looking. And so this just helps visually lift the areas a little bit. So again, I'm not going to go to the outer edge. I'm going to use something different there. One last concealer step. I'm a complicated girl. I want to take a lighter, more radiant concealer, and this is the MAC Studio Radiance 24-Hour Luminous Lift Concealer. And that is a light color. This one is NC5. And I will put this more to the outside the face because this is not as drying as the other one. And again, the goal is to lift the hollow areas. For this one, I'm using by BK Beauty N16 brush. Just going to pat it in place. So I had already worked on my brows before I came on camera because they can be very tedious, but I am going to touch up a little bit. So I don't know if you can see the difference. So this one I'm just going to do more brow strokes. And you always want to lift, of course. Go higher than your natural brows. I am going to now take a brow gel. I still use the Lawless one. Hold Up Soft Set Creamy Brow Wax. I like this one. It has a nice texture, but it's also a good color for me. It's not too reddish. And just going to gently pull up the center, the top part of the brow. Again, to lift it a little more. So now we're going to do a natural neutral eye look. I'm going to use this new Hourglass eyeshadow quad. And this is called, it's a Curator collection. It's called Minimalist. And it has 4 matte shades in it. So for everyday wear, I think that's the most natural look. So I'm going to start by using the Nikki LaRose brush number N13. I like this one in particular for doing the brow area and kind of creating the whole shape on the brow with the lighter color. And then I'll use different brushes as I darken the outer edges. So I'm going to start with, actually, I'm going to combine 2 colors, the medium and the light. And I'm going to start right here in the center of the brow. And remember that what you're doing when you're adding shadow is you want to add depth. So you want something that's darker than your natural skin tone. But if you're going for a more neutral look, you don't want it to be too dark, obviously. So I'm going to get some more. And this just blends, this eyeshadow blends so beautifully. We talk about luxury makeup. So it's only worth it if whatever it is you're using blends better than the less expensive ones. To me, that's where I really see the difference. It's in the pigment payoff, but you can have a lot of pigment, but it doesn't go on smoothly. So this one just goes on like butter. And now I am taking it out and up to lift the eye. Okay, same thing on the other side. And this brush really helps to blend, especially with this formula. It's like they were made to go together. And so now as I get to the outer edge, like I did on the other side, I'm using more of the medium tone. I'm not mixing it with the light now. And again, blending it up and out. Then I'm going to take the light shade and I am going to, this is also Nikki LaRose. Today's my Nikki LaRose brush day. It's her N12 brush, and her brushes are by BK Beauty. And I'm going to do the light tone under the brow to highlight. And I'm going to take that same light color and I'm going to go in the inner part of the lid. In fact, I'm going to do the whole lid with it, since we're going for a natural neutral look. I'm going to take the BK Beauty 209 brush, pencil brush, and I'm going to now combine the medium and the darker, the brown, together and go on the outside edge of the crease to create some shape. Under the eye, I'm going to use my Refer 26 brush, and I'm going to take the light tone So now I'm going to contour my face, and for that I'm going to use my favorite product, Dior Forever, in their 01. This is their contour stick. And what's great about it is that it has a lot of color to it, but the color is very, very neutral. It's the color of shadow, essentially. And it's not real thick. In other words, you can see your skin through it, even though it looks right now like it's really dark. And this is where I put it. And then I take a brush, the one by BK Beauty, their 109 mini contour brush, and then I just gently place it, put it in place, basically, pat it in place. And you do it up along the forehead. Everybody's forehead gets longer with age, so shortening your forehead by contouring it is very useful. And I have a long forehead anyway. And then for the cheekbones, you place it right on the top of your cheekbone, essentially. And then you try and blend it in place, but up a little bit. You don't want it to go down, drag your face down. And you'll see it's really not adding any color, it's just adding dimension. And so by adding darker color, you're making areas recede that you want to have not stand out. So if you have a double chin, for example, you definitely want to use something like this. And you want to pat this over the jowls. And then I will take my foundation brush that I used earlier and we'll blend it again with a little bit of the foundation on it, still on the brush, just to help the lines merge together better. So I'm going to try a new cream blush today. It's the new Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Blush Healthy Glow Stick. They just look so yummy, and the color is beautiful. Got this one in rosy gold. Look how pretty that is. So I'm going to put that on very gently because I have no idea what to expect. Now I'm going to take the BK Beauty 112 brush, which is this slanted fluffy brush, and pat it, spread it. Yeah, it does it really nicely. Wasn't sure about which brush to use with it, but I think this works well. So it's very juicy looking, this blush. It has a nice glow, but not shimmery. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. So I am going to put a little bit of eyeliner right on the inner edge of my eye. So it connects from my eyelashes down, otherwise this just looks bare. And for this, I used the Huda Beauty Creamy Kohl eyeliner. That's very easy to apply. In fact, if you like to do tight lining, it's really great for that. I do a little bit. We just go slightly under. So now I'm going to powder under my eyes using the By Terry Hyaluronic Pressed Hydra Powder. I've been using this for a while and I like it better than all the other under eye powders I've used. Again, I'm going to use Nikki LaRose. She's having a day today on my channel, N14, and put just the littlest amount on this brush and pat it under the eye. So since this is my luxury makeup, I am using my very expensive La Prairie loose powder. I've been using this for many, many years. It comes in a big container, and then this is the travel size that comes along with it. So I just use the travel size for my everyday. But you'll see it has really nice mirror and little powder puffs. You can carry it in your purse, and then you can has a shaker in here. So to apply this powder, I use one of these little triangles and just press it right into the loose powder, and then I go like that under the cheekbone on both sides. And then the forehead. Now I have dry skin, so I don't have to worry about oiliness. But this just leaves a blurred, flawless look. I have not been on vacation probably 10 years. So whenever I try and justify buying makeup, I always use that as my excuse. It's like, well, we didn't spend this money, so I can splurge on this. And I do continue to work. So now I'm going to add a powder blush on top. I'm using this Ravi Beauty. She's an influencer who created her own line. And I think this is magnificent, this product. It's the Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blush in the color Paradise. So I'm going to put that, again, as long as we're doing Nikki LaRose, let's keep going. Here is her N15 brush. Haven't used this before, actually. Just got this. Just going to gently put it in. And this blush has a really beautiful glow. And this brush really is yummy. On to lips. Okay, so now I'm going to line my lips, the magnifying mirror, and you'll see, oh, and this is the Artist Color Pencil in Wherever Walnut. So I will gently overline the lower lip in the center. To give the appearance of having pouty lips. But I'm very careful not to overline the rest of the lower lip. And on the upper lip, same thing. I'll do a little bit overlining on the top, center. But keep it inside the lines. I have been blessed with full lips my whole life, and no, I don't do filler, but I don't need to. But I wear a retainer every night, which I think helps keep my lips full because I'm not tensing them all the time. You know, I think the way we purse our lips just with our everyday life when we get tense, you know, you're pushing them in as opposed to letting them relax. And I think that makes a big difference. So that's my lip liner. I don't really wear much lipstick, so I'm just going to put a little gloss on. And for that, I am using, I love the Buxom. I know it's been around forever, and a lot of people think it's not all that special, but I like how it's a little bit cooling. I like menthol anyway, so this has that menthol feeling to it. So that's my more natural look. So I have linked all the products in the gray description box below the video. Just click on the More button, and you will see that there are links there in addition to a link to what's called Shop My, and that's a page that I put together that has everything shown, so it's very easy to navigate and find any product you may be interested in. And I also have a 10% discount code for any of the brushes by BK Beauty. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you found some value and inspiration. If so, I'd appreciate it if you would leave me a like and click on the subscribe button if you haven't joined our community yet. We'd love to have you. And if you've tried any of these products and want to share your experience, I'd love to see it. I read all of the comments and respond to all of them. I look forward to seeing you again in the future and to sharing the beauty in all of us. Wishing you a beautiful day.